So let's talk about SMU. I mean, obviously this is a great offense. When you look at them on film, what are the biggest challenges they're going to pose for you guys?
They got a lot of returning starters, so they got a lot of experience, and they go tempo, a lot of explosive plays. They expose a lot of weaknesses just with a lot of lack of fundamentals and technique, and they try to expose that with you every play. And we just got to be on our P's and Q's and just hone it on our craft. And then when they go tempo, we got to match that tempo and match everything they do.
I think more than 70 plays per game last year, like top 10 in the nation.
Yeah.
I guess. What do you think of that tempo and trying to slow them down and make them, go 8 to 10 plays if they're going to score?
Yeah, we just got to get them off schedule at some point. We got to get them off schedule, win the early downs, make them think, don't let them set up and try to catch us off guard. We got to try to catch them off guard so we get on third down and really just get our crazy packages in and go crazy on them. The 70 plays is crazy. I looked it up. They were like the number one scoring offense in the nation last year. So they come out fast. They want to strike hard so they can be comfortable the rest of the game. So we just got to go out there and punch them in the mouth first.
How's your conditioning level usually like for a first game? Do you feel like you guys are like does it take a few games, I guess, to get fully conditioned to play a full game?
Yeah, game speed and practice and workouts is different. But we've been doing a lot of extra conditioning to just work on that just for SMU because they go tempo, so they're going to come down here. Elevation should help us a little bit because we should be used to it. But it usually takes about a game or two. But I think we're ready. We've been doing extra conditioning every day, and we're ready to go.
I think of the UNLV, the Idaho game last year. They hit a big one on you guys early. Obviously, this is a big play offense. What's going to be the key to make sure they don't have any explosives?
We know they're going to get explosives at some point. That just comes with the game, and they're a great team and great offense. We just got to find a way to bounce back and don't let it affect us and don't let it just carry on. If they do hit a big play, we've got to come back next play mentality, reset, and just get it back.
You've been playing against this offense, practice out a couple of scrimmages. I guess how improved is that unit?
This unit they got something to show. It's a lot of new pieces that are being put together. The O-line's looking great. A lot of chemistry that I think it took time to build, and the new pieces that came in that we've meshed well together. And I'm ready for this offense to go out there and show what we got.
What's your favorite thing about starting this season, and what you guys hope to be able to do this year?
It just feels like a new energy. I know the past 2 years haven't been the best, and I've been a part of that. And this just feels different. I know we just got a lot of different moxie to us, and that comes from the top down with Coach Choate. He comes with a different presence, and I think that it feeds into us a lot. And I think we're more confident in ourselves than we have been in the past because of those 2-10 seasons. We kind of just forgot about that 2-10. It still scars us, but we kind of forgot about it, and we feel like a new team.
Why do you think you guys have that belief?
I think it comes from players like me who have actually felt that 2-10. Like, we felt the losses, and we don't want to feel that anymore. And we feel like we got the pieces, and the pieces Coach Choate's brought in, they can help us in some of those missing areas we didn't have last year.
Awesome. The advance in nickel and dime play on the defense, how much stress is it on just two linebacker formations to both fit the run and play against the pass?
It's not hard at all because we got some pretty experienced nickels and that come and set the edge is really hard for us. And with me and Naka, we've played so much football together and that it's really easy for us to just leverage the ball with each other and communicate on how things are going to go.
And do you guys have a green dot operation, or are you guys getting the calls from the side?
We have been working the green dot. I know some of our safeties have been working it. Some of the linebackers have been working it. But we still are just doing a little bit of both, just working both. It's no set thing.
And has that responsibility? Is that you?
No, as of right now, we don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like that communication?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. It kind of makes me feel like I'm in the NFL a little bit. And it's just cool to just have the coach in your ear a little bit and talking to you and trying to help you out. And it just helps you play faster and feel more calm and get the defense lined up.
Cool. Good luck this weekend. So obviously, this is a very, very explosive, good offense. I guess when you look at this SMU offense, what are you guys going to be faced with this week?
We really faced on their tempo. They let it go fast, try to get us off our coverages and stuff like that. We really got to dial in and be physically ready for the tempo and just not play catch up and set the tone early. So.
It sounds like 70-plus plays per game. I guess how prepared are you for that in like a season opener when you maybe haven't gotten that game conditioning in yet?
Yeah, I think me and the boys are really good at preparing ourselves for this week. Our coaches are really harping on us on the pursuit, running to the football, getting some extra conditioning in. They're really setting the tone for us to go out there and dominate this Saturday.
There's a lot of talk about how good of a passing offense this is, but they also run the ball really well as well. How would you describe the balance this offense has?
As our coaches described it, they're very balanced. They do run the ball and they pass the ball really, really well. But when we lock into our details, we figured that we actually have a chance and have a chance to stop them. So that's what we really focus on right now, is dialing into our details, focus on the plays, focus on our assignments, and executing them.
Obviously really good with explosives as well. I guess what will be the key to making them, kind of earn their points rather than giving up one big play where they get points on the scoreboard real quick?
I would say our pass rush. They love throwing the shots off a play-action pass, and they love taking their time on it. That way the receiver has enough time to run the route. But if our D-line and our edges get home, we shut that down. So that's our real good game plan for this week, and that's what we focus on doing.
I know we talked a lot about your pass rushing ability. I guess how has that improved, as you move over to the defensive side of the ball?
It's improved well. A lot of coaches really been harping me on my pass rush, especially for this Saturday. There's a lot of all-conference guys that I'm going against, and it's a chance for me to make my statement. But then again, I'm just out there just to play ball.
Obviously going to have to earn that by stopping the run as well. I guess, where are you in terms of, your ability to kind of hold up on first and second down to be able to, get that opportunity on third down?
I'm actually better at stopping the run more than pass rushing. So I love stopping the run first because it lets me have fun on third down. It gives me a kind of freedom that the coaches let me do to go out there and get after it.
What do you think of their offensive line?
They're actually really good. I've done a lot of homework on them. They moved the right tackle to center. They got another right tackle that just transferred in. Just really watching the film, finding tendencies on them, and just trying to go out there and execute my assignment.
You guys obviously on the defensive side of the ball have gone against your offense throughout the entire, spring, fall, and then, getting ready for this game. I guess how much has that offense improved from last year?
This offense has really improved from last year. It's left me speechless. Spring, I was able to make a lot of plays, and then the offensive coordinator came in, and he was able to, make some plays up to where our offense really looks good. And kudos to those guys because they kept their head down and they worked hard, and they're part of the team. And, we're just out there to go out there and ball.
The tackles you go against Timoteo and
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about them and why you think they're good players.
They're actually great players. World, he's the hardest worker on the O-line, and I think on the team. There was actually times where we had to tell him to chill out from the weight room. Timoteo, he's young, but he has the mentality of an old head. He's really good in his technique. He's sound, and he's humble about it. So I really like those two tackles.
It's been about 2 years since you played a football game. I guess
Man.
What are you feeling now, about 72 hours away from playing?
I'm a little anxious, but I just got to calm the nerves and control what I can control and do what I do.
Yeah, what do you think you're going to be feeling on Saturday when you get out there and actually get to play a football game?
I'm going to be feeling excited. I'm just excited to get back out there and do what people know I can do. Yeah.
What are you guys going to have to do to kind of prove, what you guys believe in yourself? You guys believe you're going to be a really good team this year, maybe not people on the outside. What are the steps and keys to being able to have a successful season?
I think the keys is just to be disciplined to our assignments, both on offense, defense, and especially special teams. Coach Cho, he harps on special teams, and, special teams helps us win games, and once we focus on that tool, we'll be fine.
A lot of teams will open against an FCS opponent. You guys are opening against a team that's almost in the top 25. I guess, talk about that challenge and, kind of opening with maybe the strongest team on your whole schedule.
Yeah, I think it's a great opening. It shows, what we can do against a big Power 5 opponent. We're actually out there just to go out there and play ball. Our coach, he said he's not focused on the score, he's focused on our effort, and that's what we tend to go out there this Saturday and do.
You mentioned that your pass rush, packaged, so to speak. So what do you really do? Do you go speed to power, or do you pride yourself on setting up the tackle?
I kind of want to save it for SMU on Saturday. Don't want to give too much away, but it's a lot of things that got me doing around here to get after the quarterback, and I just got to, hopefully it works on Saturday. Our coaches are really helping me on practice and getting after it, so, yeah, that's all I can say on that one.
In your 5 questions we asked you, you mentioned Hassan Reddick and TJ Watt. What do you take from those pass rushers and try to implement into your game?
Yeah, so Hassan Reddick, he's really more of a twitchy guy. He's 6'1", 230. He really knows how to use his length. And TJ Watt, he's really an all-around type of guy. He can drop into coverage. He can get off the quarterback. He can cover the running back. And that's all things that I see I can do. So watching their film, and I try to mimic that into my game here in Reno, and that's what I'm going to bring this Saturday.
Does the staff ask you to drop into coverage?
Oh, yeah, they do. I have a lot of things to do, and a lot of coverages to drop in, and a lot of times I can go out there and just have fun.
Do you have like an individual metric or stat that you're trying to hit this year?
Not really. It's a lot of personal things that I do on the side to really make sure that I have goals set out there so I can go out there and achieve them every Saturday.
Which one of your teammates are going to have a huge year?
Huge year? On offense or defense?
Anybody?
I can say either Smitty, Tez, or Bilou. Sorry, I know you said one player, but those 3 are, man, they make me bring it every day at practice, especially Isaiah World. Just those 4 in general, they make me a better player, and they make us a better defense. So those are the 4 guys I would say to look out for this year.
Growing up in Texas, more Texas Tech region, but did you watch any SMU football?
Not really growing up. It was a lot of Tech, Patrick Mahomes, that Jakeem Grant, that type of deal.
Yeah. What's Texas high school football like?
I played in the biggest region, so 6A, it was crazy, playing against teams like Permian. They got a movie, dedicated after them, Mojo, Friday Night Lights. It was crazy, it was just a lot of big games, crowd always there, packed stadium, all that good stuff.
What are you hoping for the atmosphere to be here for Saturday's game against SMU?
Same way. I really want the fans to come out, really want them to come out, support us, our new, launch, renovation, all that good stuff. I want them to see the new product that's on the field.
What do you think you guys got to do to pack this place again?
Win. That's really it, just win.
Talking about SMU, I mean, this is one of the better offenses in the nation last year, one of the better passing offenses as well. You as a cornerback, I guess, what do you see when you look at the Mustangs?
Man, I see a bunch of explosive plays. They got good outside receivers, inside receivers. They got very good quarterbacks. I know number 2 is going to start, but, they got number 7, too, on the bench. So, we always got to be ready for them. It's big, explosive plays.
What are you going to learn about yourself as a defense in this game, do you feel like?
I think resilience, It's a lot of, football, everything won't go your way. It's about how you get knocked down, how you come back up after you get knocked down. Is your head going to be up, or are you going to be, slouched shoulders, in the dumps? So I think resilience.
Where do you think the confidence of this team is heading into this season? I know obviously the last 2 haven't been great, but it seems like the new staff's kind of pumped you guys out.
Right. Yeah, I think it's good, Compared to last year, I think it's good. We really feel confident going into this game. Like, if we all do our jobs, all worry about our 111th, I think, this can be done.
And it seems like, the offense looks a lot better. Obviously, you go against them every practice. I'm sure
Right.
that adds confidence to what you guys are doing. What have you seen out of that side of the ball?
I've seen a lot of a bunch of balance, a lot of running, passing here. They really remind me of when we played Kansas last year with all the trickery stuff. They really attack your eye discipline. Your eyes always got to be in the right spot because, some could be linking out that, you're supposed to have your eyes on, and if you don't, it could hurt you.
You've added a couple pretty good wide receivers in the transfer portal. I want to ask you about both of them. I mean, Jaden Smith first. I mean, you've seen him this fall. I guess
Right.
What does he bring to that offense? What's it like trying to defend against him?
He's a very veteran. He's way, not way, but he's a lot older than most of the other receivers I went against last year. So he just has that veteran mentality. What he's doing. He really gets into his routes and stuff like that. I think he's a great player. He has a great length. He's fast. Like, he's very deceptive fast. Like, he has long strides. Like, I think he's a very, very good player, and he's going to help this team this year.
And what about Tez? I mean, it seems like he's been a standout both in spring and fall.
Yes, sir. Tez, he's good. Like, he's deceptive too. Like, he's really crafty with his route running and stuff like that. And he's just, he's a dog. He's going to talk. He's going to do all that raw, but he really backs it up. Has great hands. His catch point, he catches the ball great, has strong fingers. I think they're both destined to have a good game.
How is that helping you get ready for the season going against guys of that caliber?
Man, Jaden, he's 6'5", 6'6", so, that's getting me prepared. If we got to play a big receiver, tall receiver like SMU, they got, 2 like 6'2" dudes, 6'3" dudes. So, I've been going against that every day in camp. And then Tez, just having strong hands, like we got to punch through his wrist so that we can get the ball out. So I think, that's great. These past couple weeks, months, it's been great work, going against them.
How has this defense kind of gelled as you guys, go through everything you've gone through to get to this point?
Right, yeah. I think it's gelled very good. We're all cool. We all want to see each other win, regardless of circumstance. I think, if we get punched in the mouth, we're all going to get back up. We're not going to point the fingers, get mad on the sideline, nothing like that. And we're going to bounce back and, try to make plays.
What do you feel like are going to be the keys to this game for you guys to win?
I think ID and formations, knowing where they're at on the field, eliminating the explosive plays and just, doing everybody's job and don't try to overdo it. Don't try to do everybody else's job, just do your job.
A lot of teams will open against like FCS competition, something a little bit softer. You guys are opening against a team right outside of the top 25. I guess,
Right.
What do you think of that challenge right out of the gates?
I like it. We get to see where we're at as a team, and I think, this is probably one of the better teams that we have on our schedule. And, I think that we can hold our head up, after the game, win or lose, that I think we're going to go out there and just compete our tails off, and however it ends, it ends, But I think it's great, I don't really want to play no FCS, none of that. Like, I want to play the best dogs. I want to see where we're at.
Just 4 games on Saturday as well, week 0 game. You guys are the only time playing in your time slot. I guess what do you hope to show everybody who's going to be tuning in across the nation?
Shoot. Just me personally, or just
Yeah.
me personally, I just want to prove, you know, everybody wrong. You know, just want to go out there and do what I know what I can do.
You obviously play in the defensive backfield. Stress the importance of just being, you know, multiplicable, just with the as a cornerback, playing nickel and playing on the outside. Like, what do they have you doing in camp, kind of playing in space?
I mean, they really just had me outside this camp. I think, you know, we got 2 strong nickels, so I think, you know, versatility, though, is very important. You know, you got to have that versatility to really succeed. So I think, you know, if that's in the future, then I'm ready for it.
Do they have you playing any special teams?
Not this week. They got me on hands team. I'm back up on hands team, so, you know, for up big, you know, they got to get onside, and you see me trotting out there, I'm gonna get the ball.
What's the battle been like at that cornerback spot between you, Michael, Chad?
Man, it's been real competitive. You know, a lot of hard days, a lot of you know, good days, stuff like that. But you know, I think we can all hold our heads up high, knowing that we went out there, we all competed. You know, I'm just excited to go see what we can do. You know, cut it loose. You know, we're playing, you know, good receivers, so I'm excited to see, you know, what we all can do. You know, the defense really in general, but you know, the safeties, the back end, like we all stress that. You know, we're like, we think we hold ourselves up to a high standard, so I'm really excited to see what we all can do.
It's pretty crazy how much goes into playing a football game. You guys probably practiced 70 times since your last game.
Man.
I guess, you know, what does it feel like just knowing that you're going to be able to play a real game in front of fans and just see where you guys stack up?
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, it's been a, you know, bad taste since the Wyoming game. You know, that's taste is still in my mouth. Unfortunately, that was the last game. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of change. You know, a lot of growth as personally. You know, a lot of growth. You know, a lot of you know, learning. You know, all that good stuff. So, you know, I'm really excited. You know, to finally play another opponent.
Awesome. Best of luck this Saturday.
Thank you.